Hello, greetings from my kitchen. My name is Katariin Raska and I'm a musician, multi-instrumentalist from Tallinn, Estonia. I am working mostly in the field of traditional and improvised music. In making tracks, I was part in 2019. I'm going to introduce you probably one of the oldest and smallest instrument, the instrument which has been found in every continent of our planet, the instrument with many names. In English-speaking communities it's often known as Jew's harp. Before I'm going to tell you more about how it works or what kind of music it is used for, I would like to talk about the name. The thing is that there is no connection with Judaism or Jewish people. There are some theories which explains where this word Jew's harp is coming from. One of them is that it is derived from an old English word. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correct now, but it is Juja or maybe Juja. The other word that the Jew's harp is maybe derived from is French jeu harp, jeu meaning play. As an active harp player myself, I prefer to call the instrument in English jaw harp or mouth harp. It makes much more sense to me because it's connected with how I hold the instrument or how I use it, and placing it on my mouth. And in Estonia, for example, Jew's harp or jaw harp, mouth harp is called parmupill, also known as mokapill, suupill or konnapill. Parmupill means horsefly's instrument, obviously referring to the sound, the buzzy sound the mouth harp is producing. Mokapill, suupill, they are mouth instruments, like translated from Estonian, and konnapill is frog's instrument, probably referring also to the sound. And I have to say that wherever mouth harp is played all over the world, they always have their own name for it. And it's often also connected with how it is held or what kind of sound it makes. For example, in Norway it's munnharpe, meaning mouth harp. In Austria, maultrommel, meaning mouth drum. I have read that in Scotland it was called trump, probably referring to the percussive sound. And I wanted to say that I have experienced and I mostly know much more about the harps in Western style harps, like they are made of metal and often used, not often, but used as a melody or rhythmic instrument. The ones in Asia are often made of wood, and there are also records that mouth harps in the world have been made of bones. But yes, I'm focusing more on the instruments that I have some connection with. So, what kind of instrument it is generally? I have here some instruments made of metal. This one is from Ukraine, from Alexander Ternovoi. So it is a small harp with a flexible tongue attached or part of the frame, and the sound comes out when we pull or pluck the tongue or string. And in mouth harp playing, the sound chamber is the body of the player. The inner mouth, the throat, everything is the sound chamber. And as strongly you use your stomach, your diaphragm, and breath, as stronger the volume will be. To get sound out from the instrument, you need to place it on the teeth or on the tightened lips, and keep it steady, because if it's moving around, you might hit the teeth with the tongue, and it's not very pleasant feeling maybe. And when you keep it steady, you make it possible for the frame to start vibrating and direct the sound out. And yes, so it's important to keep it steady. The harp around the world is used differently, as I mentioned earlier. It is used for playing melodies, it's used for playing the rhythm, a lot of percussive stuff. And it is used, it has a history of being used in shamanic rituals or healing. There are people using it for imitating the sound of the animals or the nature. In my culture, it was used in the melody playing, and I would like to shortly talk about the melody playing as well. To play melodies on the harp is very similar to whistle melodies like that. I keep the similar position of my face while I play harp, and the throat is working same way. With the difference on mouth harp is that I of course breathe through the instrument, and also in the harp we are sometimes closing the throat to get some notes more clear. The closing means that I am thinking of the letter K, for example. The harp, the melodies on the harp are built up in the overtone scale, or also known as natural scale. And yes, so this open and closed throat thing is that the scale is open notes and closed notes. Opens are, closed are, and together they together make this scale, and you can play whatever melodies. The scale is with low seventh and high fourth note, so we call it lydia mixolydia. And when you play mouth harp, you always hear like two dimensions going on. The first one is this low drony bass dimension, which tells you what key the instrument is. And the second one, the one on the top, is where all the melody is taking place. And together the sound of mouth harp is really full of overtones and really warm and cool sound, which is very attractive to very many composers working with documentaries and or whatever styles actually. In fact, I think I heard mouth harp myself first time in my life from nature movies. My ear got the sound. Even like techno music, YouTube is full of techno mouth harp music. It's pretty cool. And mouth harp is such an instrument also which actually has been used in classical music. Probably it is nowadays too. Yes, it's pretty cool. Did I already tell you where it's possible to get the instrument? I definitely wouldn't recommend to go to a souvenir shop unless you are in one of Siberian airport. It can be that you find one very good harp there. There are many good smiths who make them, but more in the Europe, in towns, it's not very easy to find. It's either you get the contacts from players, or you happen to get into some online shop or something. It's how to say, I recommend it strongly to get the instrument straight from the smith, unless you are also in maybe located in Petersburg or Moscow, where are very good shops for finding good harp, which is made by some mouth harp smith. I think I have touched all the very important topics about mouth harp for now. There are always plenty things to learn about something, but it's impossible to get it all at once. So I think I should stop here and finish this little presentation with some music. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I hope that there was any use for you from it. Thank you.